Y'all, it is cold outside today, and that's perfect because we're kicking off a brand new series. Hi, everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. I know that you have other things that you could be doing right now, other channels that you could be watching right now, and you're choosing to be here with me, and I am so grateful. So what does the cold weather have to do with my new series? Well, today I'm kicking off a new series, and we're going to be focused on giving beverages as Christmas gifts. This week will be all about how to give inexpensive beverages as Christmas gifts, but make them look like $1,000,000. You know the people in your lives who like to drink those hot coffees, hot teas, and hot chocolate. And giving something like that as a small Christmas token is more than fine. But of course, we want to make ours look extra, extra special. And that's what we're focused on this week. We're going to take those items, package them real cute, and make them look like $1,000,000. So I'm going to flip to my overhead camera to give you a closer look at what it is I'm talking about. But y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. Y'all, I'm a tea drinker and I love a good cup of tea. Now, I drink different types of tea depending on what might be going on with me. And this particular tea here is lemon ginger. And it's designed to support healthy digestion, not to mention the fact that it tastes great. But let's say you know someone like me who likes to drink tea and you just want to give them a little something for Christmas or whatever occasion you might be celebrating. Well, today I'm going to show you how to package these in here to make it look like $1,000,000. It looks like more than just tea. So what we have here is a sweet little 4x6x1 folio. And when you open it, I have my 2 tea packets and these little holders right here. And then here I have a pocket with a card in it that's perfect for giving a gift card if you wanted to include that, or even if you wanted to include some cash. But however you want to use it, you do have a nice little card that you can write your message in to give to someone. Very basic card, but very cute overall presentation. This is actually just this. But look at how well it presents. All we're using is a couple of packs of tea, some chipboard, and some paper. That's it. Y'all, let's make this. So here's what I'm going to be using for today's project. I will have 2 packets of tea, and the tea that's normally packaged in this size. And this size tea packet measures 2.5 by 2 7/8. Then I'm going to be using an assortment of stickers for this project. I have a piece of 6x12 chipboard. This is medium weight. I'll be cutting it down and I'll show you how I cut small sheets like this. I have 2 sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper. They are single-sided. I have printed these on the Koala 32 pound. These make great jackets because they're very easy to fold. And then I have a double-sided 8.5 by 11, and this one has been printed on Koala 42 pound paper. I will have it linked in the description box for both of these if you're interested. And then I have some scrap pieces that I'll be using. I'll be using these to make the pocket and to make parts of the card. And then I have a piece of 8.5 by 11 white cardstock that I will use to make the base of the card. But y'all, this is going to be so easy. I know that you're just going to love it. So when I'm cutting single sheets of chipboard, I normally cut them using a dull blade. And this one, I am going to cut my pieces at 4. Then I'll take that cut mark that I made, slide it over to 1, and cut again. Then I'll take that cut mark and slide it over to 4. And cut. Now the dull blade will not cut through, but it will give me a good starting point and make it so that I don't have to use a whole lot of force when I'm cutting through the chipboard. So I am just cutting through those cuts I made. Really makes it easy on my hands when I do this with chipboard by pre-cutting it in my trimmer. So there we have our 3 pieces, 2 pieces that are 4 by 6 and 1 piece that is 1 by 6. We need to add tape to these. I'm using a double stick tape, and I will have the tape that I'm using linked in the description box if it's still available on Amazon. All right, y'all, so I have my tape, and I'm going to bring in my 8.5 by 11 inch piece that is single-sided, that is really printed on a lightweight paper, and I'm going to flip this over. We're going to take one piece, put it there, take the second piece, put it there, and our third piece we're going to put right there. So that's how we're going to do this. So let's take this piece, put it right here. Put that one there. And put this one right here. And I used about 1/8 of an inch in spacing in between. Flip this over. Let's get this nice and stuck. So now I'm going to take my stylus, press it against the chipboard, and just get a score. This paper is not prone to cracking, but if you do have a paper that's prone to cracking, doing this little exercise might help. It will not reduce the cracking. If your paper is going to crack, it's going to crack. But it might help to minimize the severity of it. And I'm even going on the inside here. So now I'm going to take my finger blade and just remove some of that excess. So now let's miter. And the way that I miter, y'all, we're just going to cut this way and this way. And we'll do this on all 4 sides. This will help us to get that professional fold over finish. And notice I'm not cutting on the chipboard. I am actually, if you take your pen and you go across the chipboard like that, then you can cut out here and cut out here. That way you'll know that you're not cutting into that chipboard, or you're not cutting your paper too short. All right, so now we can stand it up and train our paper to fold over. And I am going to use my tape runner for this part. You can use glue here if you want. It is completely up to you, but y'all make sure that if you use Reptile adhesive and you need some glue to get you through the winter months of crafting, make sure that you place your order as soon as possible, because as it gets colder, they don't deliver or they don't ship when the temperature drops below 40 degrees. And that temperature, that 40-degree temperature, is a regional shipping temperature for them based on where they're shipping from. So you might say, well, it never drops below 40 degrees where I am. But if it drops below 40 degrees where they're shipping from, you're not going to get that glue. So if you need it, go ahead and make sure you place your order. So all I did here was I smoothed everything out, went into my spine to make sure my paper was stuck. Now I'll stand it up and go around the top just to get everything all nice and squared and professional looking. Now, if you happen to have any pointies on the end, and your corners. You can just take them and tap them into your desk. There is our beautiful jacket. I think that is so cute. So now we need to make the inside liner, and the way that I do it is I take whatever my size is and I reduce it by 1/4 of an inch. This is 9 1/4, so I'm going to reduce it to 9. We know that this is 6, so I'll reduce it to 5 3/4. So I'm going to cut my piece at 5 3/4 by 9. And this is just my inside liner. It too is a lightweight printer paper. I'm just going to take some tape and we're going to tape the back here. All right, so I have covered this completely in tape and you can probably see that sheen. I am going to take this piece and place it down on my jacket like that. And I'll use my big old spatula to smooth everything out and work my spine. And I'll just go in between, getting that spine nicely defined. Let's do the same thing here. And so y'all, there we have our beautiful, beautiful jacket. Let's go ahead and bring in another 8.5 by 11. You can use a lightweight for this. You can use a single-sided for this. I just decided to use a double-sided paper because I like the way that it looks when you open it. So I am going to cut 2 pieces that are 3 3/4 by 8.5. So that's 3 3/4 by 8.5. On the 3 3/4 inch side, I'm going to score at 1/2 of an inch. Rotate to the opposite 3 3/4 inch side and score at 1/2 of an inch. Then I'm going to turn it to the 8.5 inch side. Let's score at 3 1/8 and at 6.5. Again, on the 3 3/4 inch side, score at 1/2 inch. Rotate to the opposite 3 3/4 inch side and score at 1/2 inch. Turn it to the 8.5 inch side and let's score at 3 1/8 and at 6.5. And now let's just fold and burnish the score lines on both. All right, so now that all of my scores are folded and burnished, we're simply going to cut this out envelope style. Most of you have seen me do this hundreds of times when making an envelope. The goal is we want the flaps here on this center section to remain, and then we remove everything else. So all I'm going to do is go up to the score mark. I'll angle in. I'll go to this score mark, angle in, and now when I fold backwards, you can see that I have that piece remaining. Then I'm just going to remove the corner pieces here. And I'll do the same thing that I'm doing on this side, I do it on the other side. So you can see how that's starting to look like an envelope. So again, we go to the score mark, angle in, go to the score mark here, angle in, and then we cut, and we cut to remove. And there is our little tea packet. That's really all that you have to do when you are making these tea packets. So I'm going to do it here, angle in here in the center, angle in here in the center, remove, remove, angle, remove, angle, and remove. So now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to round my ends. I like to round the ends on my envelopes, so I'll do it on my tea packets as well. It's completely up to you. This isn't anything that you have to do. And if you have a corner rounder, you might want to try using that. I like to show anyone who doesn't have a piece of equipment an alternative way that they can get the same look. So I'm just using my scissors. So let's fold these in. We take that widest part and we fold it up. So I am just going to add a little bit of glue along the edge. And then I can take this piece, we fold it up, and we get it stuck. Do the same thing to this one. Let's fold in these sides. Let's place glue on the widest flap, or the longest flap. And let's fold up. So there are the two packets. I'm going to bring in some scrap and we're going to make a pocket. So I am going to cut this at 3 3/4 of an inch by 7 1/2. So we are starting with the piece that is 3 3/4 by 7 1/2. Then I'm just going to take it and fold it in half like this. And then I'm going to add some tape to 1/2 of the fold. We're just making a very simple pocket. So we'll peel away that tape, and then we're just going to fold over to give some thickness to the pocket. Really is all I did. Then we can take our jacket and we'll be able to put that pocket in right there. So I'm going to take my scissors and I just want to snip like this to create an angle to my pocket. That's just a personal preference of mine. You could put the pocket down as it was before I snipped it. So now we can place our pocket right there, and I'm going to place that pocket with some glue. And I'll take my glue, go down one side, and the bottom. And now I'll take this piece and put it down right there. See how easy it is to take just basic supplies and turn them into this beautiful piece. So let's make a card for this. So I'm going to make my card 4 1/2 by 7. And on the 4 1/2 inch side, let's go ahead and score it at 3 1/2. There's the card base. Then I'm going to take some leftover scrap and I'm going to cut it at 3 by 4. Then I'll take my tape runner. Let's add some tape to the back. And y'all, I'm a little bit behind on responding to comments. I am going to get caught up, but I've had a lot of stuff going on. And so I haven't been able to give the comments my full attention, but I will get back to that. So I'm going to place that right there. Then I'm going to take the sticker that says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." And I'm going to take this and we're going to put it on like that. Then I'll just use my scissors to cut out this way and this way. And now we can take this and put it on the front here. So I am going to take my tape, add some tape, and we're going to put this down. And I'm going to take this little sticker here that says "The Magic of Christmas." And let me look at this to make sure it's straight. And I'm going to put it right there. Then I'm going to grab this little sticker here and we're going to put it right here at the top. And now I can take my card and we can put the card in the pocket. All right, so now we can bring in that tea, put our tea in the packet. You want to make sure that you let the glue dry on the packets before you try to put the tea in, because the tea does add a little puffiness and you don't want to stress that glue. I am going to use Velcro dots to close mine. If you have other ideas on how you want to close yours, go ahead and give your idea a try. So I am just going to put that there. Take this one, put it here, fold over, and now I can take just a little bit of tape, add some tape to the back, tape to the back. I want one going this way and one going this way. So I'm just going to put these in without sticking them initially. Just want to make sure that I have my placement nice. And when I do, I'll just go ahead and stick these. So you can see I have one opening this way and one opens this way. Completely up to you how you put these in. But I think that they look really, really cute. So now I'm going to bring in my sticker sheets. And I am just going to put Merry Christmas right there. And then I'm going to put Deck the Halls right here. Like that. Then I want to add just a little bit of interest here to the middle. So I am just going to take this border strip and put it right there. Breaks everything up just a little bit. I'm going to save this because I'll use it in just a minute. Then I'm going to take this little sticker here that says Deck the Halls, and we're going to put it right here. Do you guys see how simple it is to get a very custom look on a project like this? We do not have to invest a whole lot of money in making our projects. This is a very simple project, and it's all being made for under $3. This is very easy to do. So I'm going to take this little Merry Christmas, pretty much following how I decorated the other one. So I have these little red dots on here. I am just taking some of the red dots, they're snowflakes actually, and putting them on like this, just to fill some of that space that's above that. Then I'm going to take my card out. We're going to take this joy and put our joy right there. We can put the card back in. I think I will put something on the back of the card though, just something little. And I think I'm just going to add this snowflake to the back. And now I can put my card on the inside here. Let's close it. Again, I'm going to take this large spray. We're going to put it right there. And then I'm going to take the words Merry Christmas and we're going to put it right there. Easy peasy. Now I want to flip over to the back because I do want to take just a little bit of this, give some attention to the back, trim away. And I'm going to take this Christmas cheer and put it right there. All right, y'all, so here we have another really cute way to give the gift of tea. We have a couple of tea packets in here, and then we have a card on this side in this little holder. We decorated here. This is very simple, but it really elevates the look of something as basic as tea. That's all we did here, y'all. We took a couple of tea bags and added it to our folio, and we created a sweet little card to go along with it. I'm going to take this and put it here on the inside. Like I said, if you wanted to add cash or gift card, you can. If you wanted to add 4 packets of tea and not have a pocket, all you have to do is repeat this over on this side completely. Up to you. You're only limited by your imagination. So let your imagination go wild and have fun with this. I'm going to bring that first one back in so that you can see that we pretty much have twins. Super easy process. You can do this with things that you probably already have around you. So guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video as we kick off how to give beverages as Christmas gifts or stocking stuffers. If you have enjoyed this video, and I certainly hope that you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do and this is how we do it, and I would love to have you subscribe. So hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful handcrafty friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.